Contract again, and today, guys, I'm here to do another anime review. And anime review is to Magi, The Adventures of Sinbad. Yes, guys. For anybody who doesn't know, I have been I'm a quite big fan of the Magi series of anime. I'm actually planning to read the manga when I get the chance to. But anyway, guys, I have watched the first season and the second season of the first Magi, and also now I'm watching the spin-off series, Magi, The Adventures of Sinbad. For anybody who does not know Magi series in general, the Magi series focused on a Magi called Aladdin, who and his king's candidate Alibaba, and their adventures for pretty much Alibaba and their adventures together. That's pretty much what Magi is about. And there's a character called Sinbad in Magi, and Sinbad was one of the most powerful characters in the series, and not just that, he's also one of the greatest kings of the world of Magi. So today, guys, and this anime, Magi, The Adventures of Sinbad, is a spin-off series of it's a spin-off series talking. Oh, in a way, it's a prequel at the same time because it's also canon in the same way. Not a canon to the main series, but learning a backstory behind one of its main few characters. Sinbad is a good way of learning character development, and in the Magi series, Sinbad was a very popular character. And so it makes sense a very popular character will have its own anime series part. So here it is, Magi, The Adventure of Sinbad, talking about the backstory of the legendary King Hero Sinbad. So guys, Sinbad, like I said, is one of the few main characters you see in the Magi series. Well, a main character, not like a main character, you know, like the three main casts or Magi, but you know, like a character that people really enjoyed, and he was a powerful king. This series is going to talk about his adventures, how he became this powerful king, how he became able to get all those metal vessels, like able to get all those gins he had. So, this is pretty much the adventures of Sinbad since he was a child all the way, of course, to his adulthood. So, this is episode 1. In this episode, we get a backstory about how Sinbad, when he was pretty much first day he was born to pretty much he's like 5 years old, he's 5 years old. So, yeah. Sinbad, we found out his father was a great hero. He was a great hero in his country in that time. So he was going to win as one of the heroes of the war of the country they come from. Now, what we find about that, 2 years after that, Sinbad's father went to war and lost his leg and everything, leg and his other arm. He lost his leg and unfortunately got a little battle scar. He lost his leg, which I think it was the left leg. I think the left leg got chopped off, and he's got a lot of scars on there. Because of that, usually he won't be able to go to war anymore. He won't be able to, but usually was not the case. So part of the reason why he was able to quit before the war was not over, and even though he was one of the great heroes of the war. Because of that, 2 years after that as well, the war sort of took the turn from the worst for his country, and now everybody saw him as a traitor. Because of that, they ended up to live a bad life, and Sinbad has to grow up from seeing his father getting treated badly because everybody sees him as a traitor. Now, when you do think about time periods like that, I should mind, don't think about family too much. We don't feel like we have to tell our family that war is everything pretty much. Back in those days, this is based in ancient India, of course, with magic and stuff, but it is based on ancient India. So of course we know war, pretty much, even our country, war we don't give a fuck about. We don't give a fuck. We just want to go to war. War is more important than our own family or even our own lives, to be more precise. So that just shows you how much a big deal the war was. But Sinbad's father, no. He cared more about his family, which I'm glad he did. He should be. But those fucking bastards of the village treated him like a traitor, because even though he wanted to stay with his family. That's it. And he knew. And it was obvious that he cannot go to war because of his fucking injuries. He lost a leg. He didn't get a wooden leg at all. He had to use a walking stick. He got battle scars on him. That's seriously bad. And they still putting people like into war? What the fuck? That is what I found out, like, shit, that is a bad war then. If they're using decrepit people into the army. Shit. So yeah, pretty much we see the backstory of Sinbad and his family. One day they met a supposed merchant, a traveling merchant, who was unconscious. So they decided to treat him for a few days, and this merchant was telling Sinbad about the ventures of different countries, pretty much the tales of the outside world, which Sinbad very liked about. Now, we do find out something about Sinbad is that, of course, we know he's an all-powerful being. Like, of course, that means he had so much Magi. That means, when he was born, of course, he had the Magi. Because when it comes to Magi, you're born with Magi. So that means, of course, you're destined to become a great hero. And all the Magi and other wizards out there sense this all-powerful Magi getting born, and they pretty much sense that a new ruler, a new powerful person has been born. And yeah, but that's at the start of the episode. But what I want to talk about this supposed foreign merchant, we find that he was not a merchant. It was obvious when we saw him, but at the start when we first saw him, he was not a merchant. He was actually an enemy, pretty much spy, an enemy spy, and because of that, but as a warrior, he was, of course, in, like I said, mindset. He cared more about his country. He cared more about the war than he did other people. Because of that, he used Sinbad as a child as a hostage. But with Sinbad's father don't want that to happen, he went to pretty much kill this servant. But of course, as they were treating him, I think you guys can understand what happened to him. Sinbad's father got arrested, forced to get sent to war, because he was treating an enemy spy. Of course, they did not know they were an enemy spy, so he got the benefit of not go to prison. I feel like I think that would be better. And actually, I would say it would be a lot better him from the dark if it's going to be the case. We talk about like ancient India here. We're talking about like ancient times. Having a healing and guarding an enemy spy, even without knowing, you would get arrested and executed for that. No matter what, they didn't judge you fairly at then. Even if you're unknown, you were telling the truth and you did not know he was an enemy spy or anything, you will still get executed. And I actually do say, in a way, that's a better off way than actually going to war and die. And of course, Sinbad's father ended up dying there. So like, there was no way he was gonna win or survive because it's crooked. The fuck? And they end up sending his. Fortunately, they couldn't find the body. So they had to send the battle armor, pretty much the battle gear he had, and in a coffin to the family. So yeah, shit. Let's learn about the backstory of Sinbad. Oh my god, and makes all of sense why he became one of the greatest kings of the Magi series. Why it was that? Because a backstory like that is obvious that he's going to become a great hero. Obvious! Usually people who live shit lives, who end up living shit lives, end up having the best future end up becoming the most powerful people in the fucking world. In anime, and also in somewhat real life when it comes to celebrity standards. You guys cannot deny when it comes to our celebrities, they actually started in a shit life. They started in a shit life. They didn't get treated properly, they got pretty much bullied, we found out. Also, their family arrangements were actually quite bad. This just shows you, a majority of our celebrities, for anybody who did not think about it, it's true. Majority of our celebrities were living shit lives before they became celebrities. They were pretty much the way they got treated by people, the way, you know, how ordinary people treated people. And also how their living expenses. Like for me, I'm on benefits. Majority of them were like working parents, or in my case, same case as me, they were on benefits. Yeah. So, yeah. So, and it's the same, of course, more worse than our time period, in our world, and our time period, but those days, of course, living a life like that, usually, there is a possibility someone in that condition will become powerful and strong. Like, come on. You have not even heard any legends. You have to not have legends, and you find there's like one single connection, one single similarity to these legends is that these legendary heroes started with fucked up lives. They started with lives when they get treated like scum, or they started poor, like similarities like that. It just shows, and of course, same here. Sinbad started with a shit life. This is obvious why he becomes a great hero. Like, it's a cliche, not just in anime, but any form of media, but also in legends and history. This will make a great person, guys. So if you're living a fucked up life, I'm just telling you, if you aim high, you will do better than people who live a normal, ordinary life or higher rich life. Because you will do better, because you will understand the true nature of a human being more better than other people. Of course, you might be able to twist it yourself, which maybe you might not understand fully. But if you stayed calm, you stay kind, and yet again also understanding the faults, but also the good side of you, you become a great person. Of course, I cannot say great human being because there's no such thing as a perfect human being. Because of that, because we know, of course, there's going to be some part of you that not people are going to like. But really, in a way, that people like that will become great and become great people in celebrities, maybe history, possibility, like legends, but you understand, like Sinbad, learning about history of Sinbad, learning about how he was a child, and learning about his backstory. Oh my god! Sinbad, like I liked Sinbad. I have to admit I'm biased because my characters, I mostly always like the main characters. I cannot deny. I'm one of those people who are pretty much only like the main characters, and of course I also like some of the acting cast, but I won't like them as much as main characters. But now Sinbad's a main character, plus also learning about his backstory, like, holy shit, he's a good badass. He's a fucking badass, and then now he is one of my favorite characters. And only a few only a few characters that are side characters. Only a few characters like called Sinbad or characters I really enjoy from a series that are side characters. There's only a few who are like that. Mostly like, of course, my main few characters, like my Mayfield character, of course, like, of course, like, come on. Sinbad, if you guys have not even started Magi, if you guys have not started the Magi series yet, I would recommend, first watch the main Magi series before you go into Sinbad's story, because you need to understand Sinbad first before you understand the series of Sinbad, the Magi Adventure of Sinbad. So if you're watching this now, I'm just telling you, don't watch Sinbad yet. Watch Magi, the Magic of Labyrinth. I think that's its first part of its name. And I think the next Magi, it's similar to the Lord of the Rings name of Two Towers. It's I think it's like the Kingdoms or something like that. Two Kingdoms, I think. I need to double check that names, but pretty much see the first two main series, the first two series of Magi. Then after that, come to Sinbad's story. Literally come to this. Or actually, you can just watch the first season first, then go to this series because it's a spin-off series, and you still learn about a lot about Sinbad. Even though there's still more you could learn about Sinbad, and if you do that, you can learn more about it through season 2. But what you mostly need to know, you can learn from first season first, 2, and then watch this, and then go to season 2. You could start like that. Because there's pretty much, you just need to learn his character trope and how he acts and stuff. And that's it, you need to understand, and you need to also know he's a great power. You don't need to fully understand his full capabilities yet until season 2, of course, but you don't have to understand that to watch this yet, because you need to understand how he became this hero, and you will understand completely once you finish the series, when it completely finishes. But overall, guys, I enjoyed it. This episode was awesome, and its animation quality looked, oh my god, it looks so good. The art, the animation, and the uncensored, his leg was unfucking censored. I'm gonna love this Sinbad side story, because it's like side story spin-off, how you prefer calling it. I call it spin-off, but technically it's not a spin-off because it has some plot to the main story, in a way. But anyway, side story. And yeah. Anyway, guys, I enjoyed this episode of Magi, The Adventures of Sinbad. Anyway, guys, that's my anime review to Magi, The Adventures of Sinbad, Episode 1. Hope you guys like it. Become a chat fans today. If you guys want to send fan mail, down below. My address is there, and yeah. Hope you guys like it. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys!